Welcome to A Teacher Reads a Book. Sami versus the Negative Voice by Sami Kader, illustrated by Fanny Liam. Sami was 8. He was starting grade 2. The other kids had friends, and he wanted some too. But Sami felt different from the kids in his grade, and he became sad at the jokes that some made. At recess, he would watch as all the kids played, but Sami wasn't invited, so alone he stayed. Sami's teacher decided one day in the fall that today they would play a game of kickball. When it came to sports, the kids were pretty mean. They didn't want to have Sami on their team. Young Sami was determined to show everyone he knew that he could play sports and be good at them too. The pitcher geared up, the ball flew off the mound, but Sami's kick missed and he fell on the ground. Laughter burst out. "That was awful," they said. The kids pointed and giggled as Sami turned red. Sami came home upset, with his heart bruised and torn, and that was the day the negative voice was born. The kids had all laughed. They had been so unkind. But worse than that now were the thoughts in his mind. "I'm awful. I'm terrible. I should never have tried. I can't do anything," he said as he cried. From that day on, it stuck like glue. Wherever Sami went, the negative voice went too. It followed him through grades 3, 4, and 5. Sami couldn't lose that voice, no matter how hard he tried. It was there during tests. "You can't do this," it said. It was so hard to think with the negative voice in his head. It was there during recess as all the kids played, saying, "You'll never have friends like those other kids made." So Sami went home and just sat on his couch. The negative voice made him lonely and kind of a grouch. His sister couldn't help. She didn't know what to do, so she told her friend Ronnie, hoping maybe he knew what to do. When Ronnie showed up, young Sami complained. He just wanted to hide and not deal with the pain. Ronnie thought to himself, "I have no other choice. I must help Sami stop that negative voice." Ronnie told Sami, "It doesn't matter what they say. It's what you think of you. So make that voice go away." So Sami tried thinking about positive words, but since he didn't believe them, the negative voice he still heard. Ronnie scratched his head. He'd have to try harder. That negative voice was tough, but Ronnie was smarter. "Let's try something else. Now repeat after me." "I got this," he shouted. "You say it, you'll see." "I got this," Sami said as he tried to repeat it. "No, not like that," Ronnie said. "You have to believe it." So Sami took a deep breath and closed both his eyes. "I got this," he yelled, much to Ronnie's surprise. "That's it," Ronnie cheered. "You got this," he repeated. But he knew Sami's battle was not yet completed. Sami went back to school the very next day, and he tried not to think the negative way. I can do this. I got this, he made himself say. I'll never give up. I am awesome today. And as he continued, the negative voice got smaller. When Sami entered his class, he was walking a little taller. The kids all noticed something seemed out of place. Sami looked happy. He had a smile on his face. Sami's thoughts turned positive, and his confidence grew. He began to like himself, and the other kids did too. When Sami would hear the voice say, "Don't try it," he'd say positive words, and the negative voice would be quiet. "I got this." No longer was Sami sad and blue every day. When he thought positive things, the negative voice went away. Sami took what he learned from the battle he went through, and he hopes that these words can help someone like you. So don't let the negative voice come from you or another. Speak positive words to yourself, friends, and others. When you meet people with nothing positive to say, tell them, "You got this," and brighten their day. You got this.